Hello everyone, this is Ayub Msuya. Today I'm going to present to you on passive and active voices. First of all, this lesson is designed for teachers who are teaching English language in class 5 and those who are teaching in Form 2 on the topic passive and active verbs, a subtopic. Now, first of all, we need to start with the materials that are important in teaching this lesson. You'll need real objects that are found in your surroundings around the class. You can have a box of chalk, you can have a piece of chalk, you can have a pen, a paper, and etc. The real material that are in your surroundings. Now, the objective of this lesson is that at the end of this lesson, every teacher should be able to teach passive and active verbs using the materials from their surroundings and apply the methodologies for teaching passive and active voice. The instructions. First, divide the board in two sides. Divide the board in two sides. This side, it will be for active and for the passive. Now, stands in front of the class and drop a piece of chalk on the floor. Tell the learners to tell you what has just happened and ask them to begin the sentence with your name. Now that's important. Let's say you have your piece of chalk, any piece of chalk. That's my piece of chalk. So hold your piece of chalk and tell the students to look at you. And now as they are looking at you, drop it. And then tell the students to write a sentence, but this time they need to start with your name. My name is Ayub, so they'll start with Ayub. Now students will come up with a sentence like Ayub dropped the chalk on the floor, or Ayub has dropped the chalk on the floor. Tell the learners to identify the subject and the verb. So underline where they make mistake. If they say Ayub is dropping, Ayub was dropped, Ayub dropped, Ayub has dropped, Ayub have dropped, Ayub is dropping, write them and underline those sentences that are having errors so that students can identify themselves. So a sentence can be Ayub dropped the chalk on the floor. That's a sentence. Now, drop your pen. So you have written that in one side. Then drop your pen on the floor. One more time. Tell your learner or participants that they should watch it you very careful what you are doing, but this time they'll have to begin with the pen. So I have my pen right here. This is my pen. So let them look at you what you're doing. Now, tell them to write a sentence. Write a sentence beginning with the pen. So students will come up with a sentence like the pen was dropped on the floor by Ayub, or the pen dropped on the floor by Ayub. The pen is dropping off. So if they are having errors, underline those errors, and the correct sentences, leave them. Now, in that aspect, students now have identified on the side for the active and the passive voice by just using the chalk and the pen. Now, have some more exercise, like put some books under a chair and tell them the first sentence we say they start with Ayub. They start with your name or they start with the name of a student or tell one of the students to do an action. Let's say close a book. One of the students will stand up. What's your name? You say my name is Asha. Now Asha will drop the box. Boom. And then tell others to say what Asha is doing beginning with the name Asha. So Asha has dropped the book. And let repeat the action now starting with the book. So the book had dropped by Asha. Now that's important when you're making students understand the passive and active voice. Now divide your board also in two parts. The active voice, she paints her room very often. Passive voice, her room is painted very often. She's preparing dinner for the guests. Dinner is being prepared for the guests. She has already cleaned the room. The room has been cleaned by her. So the active voice, like we say there, the active voice, she paints her room. Passive voice, her room is painted very often. So that's important when you're making the active and the passive voice. Now, as time goes, depending on the level of your learners, if they are class 5, you can end up there. If they are Form 2 students, tell them the voices of the verb. Provide explanation to why they do that, uh, like explained in the on the board here. And also, give them the rules too. It's important for them to know the rules, the important rules that are found in the in making active and passive voice, as have been shown also. But in the summary, in very short, have example there on the board. Jane draws a picture. Now that's an active, but in a passive, say a picture is drawn by Jane. We only add the word by. But as you have seen the colors here, the colors indicate on where do you say this is active and why do you say this is passive. Thank you very much. If you're having a question, a comment, don't hesitate. Please write to me down here in my YouTube channel and I'll reply to you immediately as soon as I get it. Thank you very much and have a nice time. See you. Bye bye. Please be welcomed for a second series of teaching, pedagogical teaching of English language. Thank you very much. Have a nice time.